Hey guys, this is Jay Leno, and I'm here to take you guys back to 2012 just so we can review the movie titled The Indie Game. Hold on, let's get our uniform and let's get ready. Alright guys, some of the stuff's gonna sound pretty prehistoric to you youngsters, but there was a time period to where, you know what? Okay, I'll just use consoles to kind of give you guys the time frame that I'm talking about. Back when the Xbox 360 and PS3 was out, that was like the emergence of DLC for major consoles. And at that time began the huge push for independent gamers to have their games showcased on these platforms. And what did it do? It sparked a new generation of independent developers for video games. Hence, why we're going to be doing a review on the movie Indie Game. And what you're looking at right now is the arcade marketplace for Xbox's indie games that were for purchase only. Man, I remember these days. Is that freaking Castle Crashers? Wow. Alright guys, so you know how us content creators normally talk about actors or celebrities or even people in real life selling out to corporate America. Well, guess what? It can also happen in the video game industry. Alright, so you know I know there's a point and period of time of my life where I wanted to develop my own video game, right? So in hopes of it, you would like to at least have a job in video games, but if you actually wanted to be a video game developer, you've got like two options. Okay, you might in your mind try and focus on you might focus and think to yourself, you know what if I work for Rockstar Games, or what if I worked for 343 or Bungie or Activision and etc. Well, guess what guys, you would think that you will be making millions of dollars, but in all actuality, when you work for a large company like that, let's take a particular game for instance that profits maybe $400 million. That doesn't mean you as a developer get a fair portion or fair share of that, because you're working for a corporation. What part of the ladder you're at with that company will determine how much money you make, even though you might be the developer that actually put in all the legwork to do everything. You might be left with a simple salary. So this movie basically highlights to the fact of how actual independent game developers go through this excruciating pain and halfway trauma and hard work and high levels of anxiety and long work hours developing video games merely either with one of their buddies or a 10 team roster, and these games could possibly take years, maybe 2 to 3 years, and sometimes half a decade just to even develop and create. And sometimes the people that make these games, when they finally finish them, they don't even get a chance. When they finally make them, people don't even give the games a chance themselves. It could be an epic failure. You can almost waste 5 years of your entire life. I mean, and you know, all this software and stuff that's being used, this is incredibly high risk. Not to mention, let's just say you developed a game, but you need a distributor or you need to work with another company to let people know for promotion for your game, and they give you a freaking deadline before your game's even completed. Could you imagine how much of a headache that is? But you know what? Through all things that you build yourself and go through the hard work for, there is a reward at the end of the tunnel once you reach it. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather create and develop my own video game and split a profit of $10 million with 2 people than have to split $10 million with 100 to 1,000. What do you guys think? I mean, honestly, that's what life is all about. Going through the trials and tribulations, staying disciplined, going for your goals, reaching your dream, or doing your best trying to do it. I think 50 Cent said it himself, get rich or die trying. I mean, this movie shows examples of, like, in particular, what we're looking at right now is one of the developer of the game called Fez, debut day during a convention, his game completely bugged out on him and nobody could play it. And, you know, I would be freaking pissed. And he kept his composure. And luckily, the people that were there that was interested in testing his game out had enough patience for him to go get the key, restart his game. I'll tell you what, in 2024, people have a very short attention span. Soon as something doesn't work, they're just going to move the hell on. Say, this game sucks. What's going on over there? Oh, nothing. This guy has this janky ass game he's trying to promote to people. Like, I mean, man, I'll tell you what, man, when you fall, you have to always make sure you get right back on your feet. Because you know what? You never know what's going to happen. And then, another portion of the film that really stood out to me the most there was in this game called, I think it's like Meat Man or something like that, to where dude is developing this game with a guy on the other side of the United States, from West Coast to East Coast. And debuted, like, they've been basically, long story short, they spent literally like a couple of years developing this video game, and it wasn't even completed, but it was required from Microsoft that they still put the game out anyway. And debut day, while they're sitting there with levels of anxiety and, quite honestly, dealing with insomnia, or they're up, one of the other guys had not got enough sleep, period, and can barely stay awake. But the moment the game hit the marketplace, that first day, they sold 10,000 units in the freaking Xbox marketplace, which broke or set the record for like the highest indie selling game. I don't know if it still is currently with its record, but it had broke the record for the indie game in one day. I mean, talking about a miracle story within itself, guys. Like, this movie, I'm giving a 5 out of 5 for its inspiration and for what it can motivate for the upcoming future and the next generations to come, especially in the video game industry, considering that I consider myself a nerd, and I'm pretty sure that the nerd community will be even larger long before I'm gone. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if anybody's seen this movie. And let me know if you guys want to see this movie. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have a favorite indie game that you like to play that no one knows about, or you want to put me on, let me know. My favorite indie game is Castle Crashers. But this is Jay Leno, and I'm out. And that's my short, brief review of the indie game movie. I'm out.